staying on the topic of relationships, when we are in a relationship, we are in action, we are in motion together. And that's why it's important to really understand who we are, what we're made of, so we can be comfortable with each other. And if I trust myself and you trust myself, if I trust myself and you trust yourself, and we are in a relationship, then we can trust each other to be there at the right place at the right time, to support each other, to be in action together, and to create together. So I think it's the trust is really, really important, because we've been programmed not to trust ourselves. Some organizations, some forces of nature have wanted us to be limited in our power and in who we, prevent us to be who we really are, maybe because we were not ready to be who we really are. And as a result, it's been really hard to trust who we are, and to feel free to act according to what's really in our heart, to really what we want, to really what's in the best interest for ourselves and for everybody else. And so a lot of relationships are challenged with people trying to find their way, to figure out who they want, that doesn't fit within society all the time, for one reason or another. I mean, I would say that the way a lot of people have been programmed to put limitation on their intimate life because of the judgments or the rules of one dogma, religion, or cultural tradition or another. And people are not being themselves. They have natural instincts, they have natural urges, and they repress themselves. And they are not in integrity, and meaning that they don't really trust themselves fully in their heart. And it's really, really hard to be able to be fully in alignment with another person, to create consciously, constructively, and efficiently. Because the actions will always be altered or tainted by some ulterior agenda, alternative agenda, which has to do with people's lack of integrity, or wish for things that they wish they had but they don't have, and wish for things that they don't have because they can't have them, or they believe they can't have them.
Well, then let's go back to the I act and I trust part. How do you trust other people if there are so many dogmas and things in the world that keep people from being themselves?
Well, if you ask me personally, I trust people to be themselves at all time, and who they are includes the good, the bad, anything that can be put a judgment on. And what I know today is that everybody behaves according to a system of belief and in reaction to traumatic experiences that have not been resolved. And when I meet anyone, I've learned to be fully open, to be able to receive what they have to share, what they're willing to open themselves as, and not put any judgment. And when I am an observer and I let people expose themselves without putting any judgment, they will first of all reveal a lot more of themselves. They will allow me to see through their eyes. They will allow me to see beyond the shields that they may be using on a regular basis when they go out in society. And it allows me to accept people and trust people to be who they are. And very often I understand who they are before they even understand themselves. And it helps me if they want to be helped, to help them, to be able to understand where people stand and to be accepting of how they are, because I don't put any judgment. So they have no fear to show who they really are and to show their own fears if they have any, or to share their joy, which is my favorite time. And generally people who have joy don't ask for help, they offer it.